Are you stuck in mid-ladder, getting mercilessly crushed by Mega Knight game after game after game after game? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you some of the tips, tricks, and strategies I use as someone who has also suffered against Mega Knight spam repeatedly. I created this guide of simple tips and tricks to help you counter Mega Knight easier and hopefully push to your next trophy milestone. The tips will be split into 3 different areas: cards that counter it, important encounters like kites and others, and strategy when facing against Mega Knight. Watching all of the sections will give you the best chance of countering Mega Knights, but if you struggle with placements and specifics, then important encounters is definitely the most helpful section in my opinion. Section 1, cards that counter it. In each deck this is going to be a little bit different, so depending on what deck you play, learn what cards can defend Mega Knight easily. The biggest counter to Mega Knight is mini tanks with decent damage. This can be plenty of things. In Logbait you have Knight, and in many other decks you have Valk. Giant Graveyard has Bowler, so just like a tanky card with decent damage that you can play on your side of the map to defend Mega Knight. So whatever deck you play, make sure you find the card that is most effective at dealing with Mega Knights, and make sure you hold that in your hand when going against them. If you don't have any of these cards, then there are some combos that can kill Mega Knight well. For example, if you have a cycle deck and you run skeletons and bats, surrounding the Mega Knight with the skeletons and then playing the bats on top of it can be a great way to make the Mega Knight super slow, as it has to kill each of the 3 skeletons one by one, all the while it's getting damaged by bats. This really only works when it's unprotected, so keep that in mind. In 2.6 you have Ice Golem and Cannon. You can kite the Mega Knight with the Ice Golem and then play a Cannon, and usually that'll take out the Mega Knight as well. The most important thing is learning what cards in your deck can counter Mega Knight and learning the best placements for them. This leads to our next section, the secret section. Please subscribe to the channel if you're finding this guide helpful, as it will allow me to make more guides of higher quality in the future. Thanks again, and now on to important encounters. Important encounters. Encounters are probably the most important thing to know about when countering Mega Knight, and I'll start off by showing you a few of my favorite ones. King Tower activation with cheap cards. This has got to be my absolute favorite. It really doesn't matter what these cards are, but if you run a cycle deck or a deck with cheap cards in it, you can use them to bring the Mega Knight onto your King Tower, getting you a beautiful King Tower activation, and having all 3 towers target the Mega Knight to kill it super quickly. This is by far my favorite way of defending the Mega Knight, because it makes you feel like a pro when you pull it off. A second important encounter is making sure that you minimize the jumps that a Mega Knight can get. Mega Knight gets a lot of its value from the jumps, so preventing it from doing so both helps reduce its value and makes it do less damage to the mini tanks that you play against it on defense. The best tip that I have by far is that if you can't pull it to King Tower, make sure that when you place your defense, more specifically buildings in this case, like cannons and bomb towers, that you play the building so that the Mega Knight will get targeted by your opposite crown tower. This will allow you to deal with the Mega Knight a whole lot easier, and it's just super convenient. This is just a small tip, but it's pretty annoying when it happens to you, so I made sure to put it in here. Often, especially in mid-ladder, Mega Knight is paired with Goblin Barrel and Hog Rider. When you know you're going up against this matchup, there's one important thing to keep in mind. Do not log the Mega Knight and Hog combo. I know it's tempting with the Hog running at you to delay it a little bit, but do not log it. The second that you do, your opponent is just going to send a Goblin Barrel onto your tower, getting tanked for by the Mega Knight, and you're going to lose. Lastly, make sure to pull the Mega Knight away from its support units, as this will leave them vulnerable to your own troops without a Mega Knight to defend them. It's crucial while playing against decks that involve expensive support cards, such as Wizard. Following these tips and making sure to minimize the value that your opponents get from Mega Knights is crucial against the Mega Knight decks, as if your opponent builds up too much of an elixir lead, it'll be really hard to defend their massive pushes. Now, onto some important strategies. Most Mega Knight players love to build up huge pushes to take you out. Now, I went over this idea in a separate video, but I'll explain it here. When your opponent plays a commonly played support card like Witch or Executioner in the back, instead of pushing into it and trying to build up a bigger defense and giving their Mega Knight free value, what you can do is take a small 3 to 5 elixir push in the other lane so that they have to defend it, making it so that they can't go Mega Knight in front of their other cards. This idea is known as pressuring and is super important against Mega Knight players. It's also important against beatdown decks like Golem and other decks like, less so against the Royal Giant, but still applies. It's important to know what spells they have as well, so that your opponent can't just instantly kill your 3 to 5 elixir push if you did like minor bats or whatever. But another strategy is tanking a bit of damage. Mega Knight doesn't actually do that much damage when it gets on your tower. It'll do like 300 to 500, especially if it's low. So sometimes just letting it hit your tower and get 1 or 2 hits off is better than overcommitting on defense and trying to prevent those hits. those are all the main tips and tricks I have for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed, like I said, please subscribe and like the video, and let me know if you guys would like more guides like this in the future. Thanks for watching.